The fucking pants people are wearing these days. Crazy. Just the butts. Butts on full display, right? Damn. Like what would you have done? What would we have done in high school? What do they do now in high school when girls come to school with yoga pants? I mean, I'm okay with it now, you know, when it doesn't wreck my life. Oh yeah, that's why I wanted to call this video old man shit. It doesn't wreck my life, but I will say I creep harder than most in my age range. That's not a fact, but I do creep. I creep pretty hard. All right, talking about old man shit. How about just now? Stopped on my way out of St. George. Long road trip ahead of me. Oh, is it happening right now? I only like your newest videos. Oh shit, hold on. Do I got everything? Oh yeah, I just gotta get to the freeway. Okay. Is it right now? I know I don't like your old videos. All right, shut the fuck up. If you don't like my old videos, turn it off. Oh, that was mean. Don't be mean. All right, let's talk about old man shit. Stopped on my way out of St. George just now. I mean, this is already old man. Coffee is in this cup. I'm drinking coffee right now. I'm trying not to, but you got your coffee. Old man sign number one. I know I'm not old in the grand scheme of things, but to a lot of younger people, I'm old. It's gonna turn 38, okay? Got your coffee and something that's not disposable, that's old man shit. You stop in the bathroom on your way out of St. George and think, I've got to get literally every drop of piss out before I get on the road. That's old man shit. Me and my cousin, who, you know what, I love him to death. I'm going to go ahead and say he is an old man. He's fucking in his 60s. And we were on the beach. We were stoned. It was so much fun. And we were just like, we got to piss. What do we do? And I was like, you could go in the water and piss. And I was like, you could just like lay down here. There's nobody here. Just whip your dick out and piss here. So I was like, I took it a step further. I was like, furthermore, we're wearing bathing suits. So I'm just going to sit here and piss into my bathing suit. So I just sat there. It was so funny. We laughed. You see me copping a little grinny right now. We laughed so hard. We were both just pissing in our bathing suits. It was so fucking funny. But no, I pissed in my bathing suit to demonstrate to him. And also because I needed to piss. He laid down on his side, got his dick out. I didn't see, but I presume that's how he pissed. And then he pissed on the beach. And we both thought it was so funny. We now call that pissing on the beach. Okay, hold on. I gotta make sure I got all my shit here, because this is a little chaotic. It wouldn't matter now. You know why I say it wouldn't matter? Because it's like, I'm not going back. I could have forgotten something integral, and I'll figure out a way to get it on the road. This is unusual for me, this kind of road trip. I'm going on a little tour. I haven't done a tour that involved music shows since 2006. That's almost 20 fucking years. And that was a Michigan tour. That was a good one. I was playing Michigan, Chicago, Ohio. Had a gig in Indiana that I had to cancel. But that was one of the funnest times of my life. I was listening to Jagged Little Pill. I was playing in Big Rapids. I was playing in Kalamazoo. Oh man, that was a good time. Literally the best time of my life at that time. So, old man shit. Me and my cousin on the beach pissing ourselves because we didn't want to go to the bathroom, be civilized. And that's fucking stupid anyhow, let's be real, you know? What is the best way to 15? I suppose it's to take the boulevard, fine. So we were like, we gotta go to the bathroom anyhow. We needed to piss again, and we were like not trying to get wet again because the water was cold as fuck. Although I had a great, oh fuck, I forgot my bathing suit. That's what I fucking forgot. It's gonna have to be a fucking Amazon purchase tonight on the phone. Hate how that goes, but what are you gonna do? I'm not gonna be in New York and not be able to go swimming. Swimming in New York? I know. Why do I do that voice? Like you're dumb? I think my people who watch my videos are fucking stupid. Is that what I think? It's quite the opposite, in fact. I think you're weird for watching these. A little bit. I mean, if you can relate to what I say and you don't just find it to be bizarrely entertaining, like turn the freak on. If you can relate to a lot of what I'm saying, maybe you're a little bit weird. And that's a good thing. Don't go thinking that's a bad thing. You know, haven't you been on dating apps before where the hottest girl says weird people only? Come on. Maybe not. I've seen that. So, we had to piss, so this story sucks now. We had to piss, so we fucking walked all the way to this thing, and I was just fucking cackling, and I was like, you know what the ultimate irony is? We're gonna go here and piss, and then by the time we get back to where we were hanging out on the beach, we're gonna have to piss again. And it's just old man shit, you know? You get up and you piss at least once in the night. more as you age, right? I'm at the 1. I'm still at the 1 marker. I've been told 3 and up, you gotta get your prostate checked out. 3 pisses a night and up. So that's old man shit. Now let's talk about hair loss, because I hate to talk about it, but it's a topic that's plaguing me, okay? Like this morning, I turned on the Instagram camera, and I said, hey everybody, you can tag me on Instagram from now on. You haven't been able to for years. I don't remember why, but now you can. And I was trying to get an angle where it just didn't look like I was fucking balding and my hair in front was going thin. And now let me remind you, in my own defense, let me say that I've always had a big forehead, okay? In Colombia, they call you panelon. That means you have somebody with a big forehead. In junior high, they would call me, in elementary school, 5-head. That was in addition to Jew boy, faggot, queer, loser, all kinds of other mean shit. Oh, I'm going back to junior high again, I'm going to talk about that? No, I'm just telling you, I've always had a big forehead. So, sorry, I got too much gear in the car to stop at this turn. So, I've always had a big forehead, but now, in my hair, you know, I thought my hair thinning was a new thing, and it is new, you know, relatively new. Let me just say, like, when I look at pictures of what my hair was like in my 20s, it was a lot thicker, and that's normal, that's natural, okay? But now it's really starting to thin, and John Munnelly, I said this to John Munnelly in New York one time, and he was like, "It's fucking always been that way, Peter." I can't do an Irish accent. You mad fucking bastard. No, I can't do it. I'm not going to try again either. But he was like, "It's fucking always been that way." And he pointed over at a tree. He was like, "You see these fucking trees?" And it was like 2 trees with nothing on them. He was like, "Your hair's always been like that, mate." So, according to him, it's always been thinning. But now it's reaching a new point where I'm obsessed with it. Not obsessed, but I think about it a lot because it sucks. It's like, oh my God. And it doesn't help that my hair is really short right now. I'll add that, okay? So I'm thinking about it. It's like, what are you going to do? You know, where do you stand on cosmetic procedures like plastic surgeries and Botox and facelifts and Kybella? Personally, I don't think I would get any of those just because that's not where my self-consciousness really lies. Wasn't I going to do a check? No, everything's fucking in here. Wallet, keys, phone, and then you can't even see, I don't think, how much shit is in here. This fucking vehicle is packed for this tour. So, back to hair loss. Yo, just wear a hat, right? Just wear a hat. Remember when they were like, for years, they were like, hats cause baldness? Come on. Look, we know genes is part of it, and then I think the biggest other part is probably diet, if I'm being realistic. Genes and diet. Probably genes are better and bigger, more important, more the deciding factor. But, you know, if you grew up in America and you were born in the 80s, unfortunately, unless you were born to hippie parents, you ate a lot of fucking trash, just a lot of garbage food. Grew up drinking fucking soda and just eating fucking packaged, ultra-processed fucking snacks. I will say, kudos to my mom for being pretty against, like, Gushers and various gummy snacks and a lot of other crap. Like Captain Crunch, like sugar cereal, she was very much against, although, you know, we could have a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which certainly is certainly is a sugar cereal, but she was very against having like Captain Crunch or Trix. Like there was never a box of Trix in the house. Or various other things. Like she seemed to be well apprised of like trying to avoid artificial flavors, colors, preservatives, and stuff like that. So thank you for that, Mom. Meanwhile, you still just, not her, but me, you still just ate enough crap growing up. It's just the way it is. You ate school lunches, eat processed crap, because I'm not going to get into the history of ultra processed crap. It's too vast and I don't know enough about it. I know a little. So anyhow, I think that's a big factor. You're eating all those fucking, and so on. Anyhow, genes, I say, is a bigger factor because I look at Matt Jackson just turned, yes, Matt, I'm talking about you. He just turned 37 and he sent me a picture of him and I was looking at his hair and I was like, as thick as ever. I mean, the hairline might be receding, but I didn't even see that, but like the hair is just looking thick and he's fucking Lebanese, half, I don't know what his dad was, if I had to fucking hazard a guess. What is Dave Jackson? I have to hazard a guess that he's a little bit of English, maybe. I don't know. I honestly can't even speculate right now. He's so all-American to me. So anyhow, Matt's got good hair still, right? And he's basically my age, and it pisses me off because what the fuck. So it's like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to be getting Kybella and facelifts and all this other stuff and Botox, even though I like wrinkles for the character's sake, but they do make you look older, and I think about them. The hair loss is different, though. I'm like, really, in my mind, I'm like, what's everybody doing now? You know, you can get on finasteride, you can get on Minoxidil, whatever the fuck. You could take these. You know what? I've read a lot about them. If you want to do that, it's gonna preserve some of your hair and maybe help regrow, and then you're gonna have to be on it for the rest of your life in order to maintain that. And that's a fucking chemical product that has some very, very nasty side effects. Not for everyone, but certainly for some people. It fucks with your hormones. It fucks with all kinds of shit. It can fucking destroy your sex drive for life, or your ability to have an orgasm. That's a scary enough side effect to me to where it's like, well, chemically, this is not a good idea, you know? So what is everybody doing? Sorry, I'm not picking my nose, just the fucking nostrils itching. What's everybody doing then? They're going to get hair transplants. So expensive though, right? So what do? They all go to Turkey. You go to fucking Turkey. Those of you who watching who don't travel or don't understand travel, going to Turkey is really not a big deal. In fact, it's a fucking blast. I went there when I was like 25. It was fucking great. Istanbul, come on. Pamukkale, Cappadocia, Göreme, come on. So they go to Turkey and you get it done for, you know, a third of the price of what it costs in the US. But it's kind of nasty, you know. You gotta come home looking insane, and you can't wear a hat to cover it. Like, you just gotta come home looking totally insane. If you've seen what happens when you get hair transplants procedure, you look crazy. You look fucking completely bonkers. It's off-putting, to say the least. And then you got 6 months of looking crazy too, and it's like painful. You know, this is hearsay. I just heard it at a barber shop, but he was telling me he knew somebody who did exactly this Turkish procedure and came back here, and his immune system was fucked up for about a year. I got a problematic enough fucking immune system, okay? I don't need to be fucking up my immune system for a year. So I'm hesitant to do that, but I gotta tell you, it's on my mind. I think about it, you know? And again, when my hair gets a little longer, I'm gonna care less. But it's on my mind, and it's one of these things that is just, you're inexorably spiraling towards the conclusion of, you know, which is male pattern baldness. So that's old man shit. I kind of hate to talk about that. What else can I tell you? You know, maybe nothing. I was going to talk about old man shit. I'm going to I'll talk about that when I talk about it. I don't have to tell you that I'm going to talk about it. Maybe that's all I had to say. Aging. I mean, I guess aging in general is just tough, right? You don't look like you used to. You can fucking lift as much as you want, and you're only ever going to look so good, because you only have so much testosterone, unless you start getting needles stuck up your ass for the fucking testosterone replacement therapy, TRT. You know, I got my blood drawn to have my T, that's what they call it, testosterone. I had my T checked a while ago, and of course it was one of those clinics where that's all they do is fucking inject you with TRT. And of course they were like, we can boost it. But he was basically like, you're actually fine, especially for your age range. I don't know, aging's a funny thing. It's like, I know people like my dad, for example, hates thinking about death because he's scared of dying, he's sad about it. And I think there's reasons for that. People who, I don't want to be a dick about this, people who have not really lived but who have devoted their lives to just like struggle and accumulation of wealth, and who are obsessed with working. I can understand why somebody would be on their deathbed and be like, but I never really lived. I'm taking that straight from fucking Kubler-Ross, by the way. Kubler-Ross, anybody? On Death and Dying, the famous book, kind of broke a lot of ground and changed the psychological perspective of what we think about somebody who's dying in the hospital. So Kubler-Ross, yeah, that's a thing. There's a lot of people who she really encounters. If you don't know who Kubler-Ross is, it's a woman who spent a lot of time with dying people, and she was kind of the first of her kind to like publicly share the information. And and expand the public's consciousness and understanding of death and people who are dying. But a lot of people say they felt as if they never really lived at all. So, to me, the answer to that is don't live in fear, right? Like I got this trip to Australia planned. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of fucking flying over that ocean for that long. Are you kidding me? I trust the fucking airline? No. I trust the fucking pilot? No. I trust the fucking mechanics? No. But what am I gonna fucking do? Not go have adventures because I'm afraid? That's the exact opposite of what I want to be doing. If I'm fucking afraid, then I should go do the thing because I'm afraid. Unless, look, being afraid of flying is a touch illogical, okay? If you're afraid of doing something like you want to rob a bank but you're afraid you might get shot in the head, guess what? That's a valid concern. At the very least, you're gonna get caught, most likely, and do some prison time, which is not gonna be. Talk about being afraid of shit. Oh my God. Can you imagine waking up in prison and that's just where you are from here on out? Can you imagine how fucking scary that would be? Oh, yeah. So, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have concerns or you shouldn't examine your fears, because certainly, again, you could get shot in the head if you rob a bank. You could get thrown in prison. You likely will get thrown in prison. But if you're like, I want to go have this fun adventure and go to Estonia or Latvia, and you're like, oh, but I could get kidnapped. That is a fucking illogical fear. Oh, but somebody could get kidnapped in Mexico. Once a year, there's a story about somebody getting kidnapped in Mexico City, and it's like, once a year? You know how many fucking people go to Mexico City? Once a year is nothing. There's probably way more people that get fucking taken just traveling the freeways of the U.S. You know? It's like the idea of just the fears, the international, I'm going to go ahead and use the word, the xenophobic fucking fears of international travel. It's really astounding. And I grew up with that for sure. My dad still has it. My mom to a lesser extent, but to them the idea of going to a foreign country, especially if we're talking third world, is just so dangerous and risky, and like anything could happen. And you know what? Fuck it. Anything could happen now, and anything is happening now. But what the fuck? What are you gonna do? Hang out in Shelby Township until you fucking die? Get on a fucking plane, go somewhere. You gonna wait until you retire? Until your fucking body doesn't even work anymore to go travel and have fun? Tim Ferriss famously calls that the deferred life program, right? Which, if that's not self-explanatory, it means you're deferring living your life to its fullest until a much later date. Why? What if you don't even fucking make it till then? What if you fucking what if you die at 35? What if you die at 45? What if the fucking world explodes? What if something happens and the galactic weather patterns shift, and then, this is thanks to Corey, who I'm sure isn't watching this. If you are, shout out to Uncle Corey. What if the fucking galactic weather patterns change and all of a sudden we have 1,000-mile-an-hour winds and 3-mile-high tsunamis? Guess what? That's the end of literally everything that you know. And you. You and everything you know are fucking over with. Your world ends. So anyhow, we hope that doesn't happen, but it absolutely could. You know? So I guess I was talking about old man shit, now I'm talking about live in the moment type of shit. I'm sorry, it's just true. I don't regret any one of my trips. Where'd you go? I'll try to go in order. I went to Turkey, went to Romania, Serbia, Hungary, Israel, Uzbekistan, Jordan, Spain, Colombia, Ireland, Canada, but does that really count? I think that's all of them now. And I want to go to a lot more, you know? It's really, I don't know how fucked up all of America is, but I gotta say, growing up in suburbia really is a fucked up thing. You really do get some real fucking trash pounded into your head. You get some concepts that are just, they don't help. I mean, that's one of them is, you know, think of Europe. Think of Europeans. They go on holiday. How fucking cool is that? They're like, all right, Mom, I'm fucking like 16 years old. All right, Mom, all right, Dad, see ya. I'm going to fucking France, or I'm going to Greece, or I'm going to fucking Morocco, wherever. They go to real places. They're not afraid to travel like we are. Wow, I forget how fucking beautiful this ride is. 15, just north of St. George. fucking mountains. So they do that. In America, I'm sorry, were you going to Morocco when you were 16? To be fair, if you came from a very wealthy family, you very well might have been, but you were going with your family. You wouldn't be going on your own. And I did pick Morocco completely arbitrarily, by the way. Wealthy people tend to be a little bit more broad-minded, they have better educations, and they tend to pass it on to their kids so that their kids are going on crazy trips. You know, when you hear somebody like, oh, where'd you grow up? And they're like, oh, I was born in Hawaii, but I was educated in Aruba. This is a specific case I'm thinking of, and I won't name who that is, but you hear that, and it's like, oh, money. You fucking grew up in Aruba. Come on, you were educated in Aruba? Anyhow, why am I talking about money now? I'm trying to think about money less. I'm trying to talk about money less. I'm just talking about culturally traveling and shit, so you gotta just do things you're afraid of. I'll tell you what, it was fucking hard for me to leave the house today. And not that I wasn't prepared. I've spent several days preparing. Just, you know, you try to plan for every contingency and do what you can. But at the end of the day, it's fucking tough. It's tough to be like, I'm leaving and I don't have the, I'm on the road, you know? I'm at the mercy of whatever happens now. Not that you aren't when you're at your house, but you know, you have the illusion of control. You have the idea that there's some modicum of control that you can really exercise over whatever. So that's fine, but it really started, you know, I booked the shows and everything, and in my mind it was cool and fun. But the problem with being an old man, and not that I think of myself as an old man, I'm just partially making a joke, but the trouble with the old man shit is stuff doesn't creep up anymore. It rapidly slams right up to you. Like you're like, that's a month from now? A fucking month? Absolutely nothing. And you know, conceptually I do think time is bullshit, calendaring is bullshit. But whatever. I'm not going to change that. You're not going to change it. That's how the world is, right? So this trip just popped up, and it was crazy because I had this crazy show here on April 1st that was really bonkers and fun and pretty special. But now it's like I'm thinking it was hard for me to say goodbye to my cats. It's hard for me to think like I'm not going to see them for over a month. You know, I fucking love them, man. God, I love them. It's insane. And I was telling Rascal's old and he's got some health problems, and I was like, you better be here when I get back. I made sure he knew that he better fucking still be there. And he's not dying. I don't have a dying cat or anything. But he's the oldest, and I, you know, logically have concluded that he'll probably be the first one to fucking spiral out health-wise and end up in a bad place. But now that I'm on the road, and I'm just on the road, I'm feeling okay, and I'm excited for whatever's going to happen, and I hope most or all of it is good, you know. Wow, that's positive thinking. That's what I like to hear. Committed to not getting high on the road, at least today. Do I need to get high, you know what I mean? I gotta quit getting high. By the time you see this fucking video, I probably will have already cut it out. No more drug talk. It's not helping anybody out. That's good for now. 24 minutes of me talking about old man shit and living in the moment and traveling and fear. Did you get something out of it? Was it fucking entertaining? Was it relatable? Do you think my perspective was interesting to hear? If not, then that's funny to me, because it's like, joke's on you if you got 24 minutes and didn't like it. Only one of us is fucking suffering from that, mate. That's you.